In our next problem, we have a right triangle here, and our directions say to solve the right triangle, round all answers to the nearest tenth. Whenever we see that phrase, solve the right triangle, that means find all the missing side lengths and angle measures. We want to know everything we can about this triangle. So we want to find all the missing sides and angles. Well, let's start off by finding the missing side here. If you look at the right triangle we have two sides, and if we know two sides in a right triangle, don't forget we can always use the Pythagorean theorem. So to find our missing side, we're looking for the hypotenuse. We'll take a squared plus b squared equals c squared. 6 squared plus 13 squared equals c squared. Well, 6 squared is 36. 13 squared is 169. And then 36 plus 169 is 205. To figure out our missing side, we still have to square root both sides. And our direction said to round all answers to the nearest tenth. So in your calculator, the square root of 205 ends up being about 14.3, rounded to the nearest tenth. Okay, we still have to find the other angles in our triangle. And how on earth are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to label this bottom angle X right now. And if I look at this angle, well, now I know all three sides in our triangle. Let's look at these two sides. Well, from this angle, this is our opposite side. This is our adjacent side. Oh, maybe we can use tangent again. That's what we want to do. Tangent, because in SOHCAHTOA, tangent is opposite over adjacent, and those are the two sides that we have here from our angle. So we're going to set this up as the tangent of x equals opposite over adjacent. The tangent of x equals 13 over 6. Now we can find the angle by using the inverse tangent. So the inverse tangent of 13 over 6 will tell us the measure of our angle that we're looking for. So in the calculator, again, make sure your calculator is in degree mode, not radians. The inverse operations are second and then sine, cosine, tangent, where it says tan -1. Inverse tangent of 13 over 6 tells us that is a 65.2 degree angle. So we have a 65.2 degree angle. Now the last piece that we need to find, our third angle, well, we know two angles in our triangle, and remember all three angles add up to 180. So we take 180 minus the 90 from our right angle minus the 65.2 degrees. And that ends up being 24.8 degrees for your other angle. Now, we could have also done this a little bit quicker because we know we have a right angle, so we have 90 degrees left over between these two angles. Okay, so we could have just done 90 minus 65.2, but either way, it's a 24.8 degree angle.